Look, Christmas, it's all meant to be wonderful, isn't it? And the family gets together and tidings and Yuletide and all that sort of stuff. But actually, and I'll be someone who's experienced it, Christmas isn't always the greatest time. If you haven't got family or you're separated from your family, or if things aren't right in your family, it's dysfunctional, it can be an incredibly stressful time, and things can spin out of control. And tensions that have existed when you throw people together, when normal routines are disrupted, things can go wrong, as they do in many families throughout the course of the year. And I know we've talked about crime this year, and it would appear statistically that ram raids are down, and there's been progress in some areas of crime fighting. The sad truth is that domestic violence remains at endemic proportions in New Zealand. And in the Western world, we have one of the highest rates, and it is still an absolute blight on our communities and on New Zealanders. And when things go wrong, the people who often pick up the pieces and provide safe haven, and have for many years, for particularly children and women who are caught up in domestic violence, is the Women's Refuge Network. And I thought in the run-up to Christmas, it'd be good to have a talk to our mate Ange Jury, the CEO of Women's Refuge New Zealand. Ange, lovely to talk to you again. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad, Sean. And thanks for having me back again for our annual catch-up.
Yeah, well, as I say, I think it's meant to be a time of family and everything. It's also a time when things can go wrong for families. I first just want to look back over the year. Have you guys been more or less busy this year?
We've been around the same. We've had slightly higher occupancy rates in our safe houses because of the difficulty and the cost of finding housing.
Mm.
But everything else is pretty much steady as we go. What we are seeing is a degree of complexity that seems to increase year on year. And I think some of that is around the compounding effects of, poverty and poor housing and poor mental health and all of those sorts of things.
Mm. Look, I saw some stat recently on meth and cocaine use. Drug use is up. I'm not sure alcohol use. Does that impact on domestic violence rates and domestic disturbance rates?
I don't think we could actually say it impacts on rates. Certainly what we see with methamphetamine is some more extreme violence. There is a degree of irrationality that comes with meth use that is just unfathomable.
Yeah. Ange, is the holiday break time a busy time for you guys, or does everyone kiss and make up over the Christmas tree?
A lot of people try and kiss and make up, and a lot of women put in a lot of extra miles to try and produce that sort of Christmas that you were talking about. Good tidings to all and all that carry on. Our real busy time starts when all that starts to wear off. Just after New Year.
Okay.
When all the chickens start to
come home to roost, and I couldn't afford the puppy, and the fairy tale ends. all this time with you, and I really, really don't like the way this is going. And Yeah. And where can people who are in trouble or feel at risk, what is the step they take as individuals to get help and to reach out to your network?
Just dial that number, that 0800 Refuge number. That's the easiest way to do it. Or via one of the shielded site icons on web pages these days. Pretty much.
0800 Refuge works all over the country?
Yep.
Yeah. How many people are in the care and protection of a refuge any night on average in New Zealand?